Hi guys, John here from Pinpoint Fit Camp. I want to run you through today's session, your first session on the taster week, which is called half and half. Now this comprises of 3 rounds of 6 exercises, and each round you're going to do the exercise, then you're going to rest, do the exercise for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds, and just keep working your way through every exercise to reach number 6. Once you've completed that, you then get a rest for 90 seconds before moving on to the second round. So the exercises that we're going to be using then, the first one is a squat. Now for the squat, you want to have your hands up behind your ears, pushing your elbows back, and to do a squat, stick your backside out as if you're going to sit down onto a chair, and then come down as deep as you can, pushing up through the heels to come up. Push the hips forward so you've got a slight arch in your back and squeeze the glutes. That is one full squat. So backside out, as low as you can go, pushing up through the heels, hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and all the time you're doing that, you've got your elbows pushed back as far as you can get them. That will engage the muscles in the upper back. So you do 30 seconds worth of squats before moving on to press ups. Now for your press up, you want the body nice straight line. Try and have your hands directly underneath your shoulders. You don't want to have your arms out, or back for that matter. And roughly about shoulder width apart for this. Down as low as you can go, back up, and back up. Now you want to try and do this on your toes if you can, even if it's only 1 repetition. If you're struggling with that, drop to your knees and just use the same principles there. Try and get down as low as you can to the ground before pushing back up again. So you've got 30 seconds of press ups, 30 seconds rest again, and then we move on to the plank. So again, we're down, we're on the forearms this time, and we want to try and keep the body nice and straight all the way through from your head down to your toes. You don't want your backside coming up in the air, and with the same token, you don't want to be arching your back. You want to be there, nice and strong, and you're holding that for 30 seconds. Now again, if you're struggling with this, what you can do is just drop to your knees briefly, quick breather, and come back up again. And you can go through the 30-second time period that way. So moving on from the plank, we have alternating lunges. So alternating lunge, hands in front, big step forward, and at this point drop your hips straight down to the floor. Now you're looking for a 90-degree angle at the knee here and also here. Get as deep down into the lunge as you can, and when you come back up, you're pushing up through your heel to return to your starting position. Then you change leg, same thing again, hips straight down to the floor, push up through the heel, and repeat. Now it doesn't matter as far as the knee goes here, the knee can be extending over the toes of the foot. That's perfectly okay. Push back through the heel, back to the return position. So you're working like that, alternating each leg, 30 seconds. 30 seconds rest after that, before going on to burpees. So burpee, hands up, you're actually hips forward, squeezing the glutes again just as you did at the top of the squat. From there, you're coming down, jumping the legs back, bring the legs back in, and jump up. Jump up. Now as a modification for the exercise, what you can do is leave out the jump at the end. If you're struggling, just stand up, but make sure you push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, slight arch in the back with the arms up. So just to give you that again. And that's the modification for the burpee. So 30 seconds of burpees, then you're into your 30-second rest period before moving on to the squat again. So it's just exactly what we did at the start of that round. That was your last exercise of round 1. You now have 90 seconds rest, after which you move on to round 2. So round two, we're starting off once more, 30 seconds of plank. Then we move on to the side lunge. So starting off, arms up, lunge down to the side, all the weight's on the bent leg, this leg here, nice and straight, hands to the ground, back up to the middle, repeat on the other side, middle, repeat. So again, we're trying to get as deep into the squat as we possibly can. You will feel it on the inside of your thigh, that's perfectly fine. Back up to the start. So that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 is called the split squat. So this is very similar to the lunge. Step forward, drop down, pushing up through the heel as you come back up again, and then you go straight back down. So we're looking for this knee here to get fairly close to the ground, but you don't want to touch the ground. And all the time you're doing this, you're pushing up through the heel of the front leg, keeping the body, upper body upright. It should look like that. So we're just working on the one leg for 30 seconds. After the 30 seconds are up, 30 seconds rest again. You're back into the press ups, which I've already shown you in round 1. After that, you're then going to work the opposite leg on the split squat. So step forward again as if you're doing a lunge, come down, back up. It's important when you're pushing up through the heel, don't allow this leg to straighten. You want to make sure you keep tension on the muscles. That will really work the muscle to its full. And you should feel a burn building up on that fairly quickly. Just constant pressure through the heel all the time as you're straightening up. Upper body straight. 30 seconds of that. And finally, you're back into the plank just to round off round number 2. 90 seconds rest again. And then we start off round 3 with the burpee again. So just to recap on the burpee, starting off from here, out, back in, up. And the modification, just a case of leaving out the jump. But try and do the jump if you can, folks. Use the burpee to its full effect. Exercise number 2, alternating lunges once again. So quick recap, pushing up through the heel, turn side on. So big step out, hips straight down to the floor, upper body upright, push up through the heel, return to the start, and repeat. Alternating lunges. Okay, 30 seconds of that again, folks, then 30 seconds rest. Back into your press ups. 30 seconds press ups. Modification on your knees. 30 seconds. After that, back into the plank position, holding that for 30 seconds. 30 seconds rest. Back into the squat. Make sure you're pushing these elbows back. 30 seconds of squatting, 30 seconds rest, and then we're back into the burpees just to round that off. That's it complete. That's the half and half workout.